It's fall here at Weathered Vineyards. It is a beautiful October day, and we're going to talk about red winemaking today. So come on down to the winery, let's take a look. Right now out in the vineyard, I still have a lot of grapes hanging out there, just waiting to get that ultimate ripeness. To know when the grape to be picked, there's a number of things we look for. One is the sweetness, the level of sugar in the grape. So we'll take samples of juice and measure what's called the Brix, which is the amount of sugar that's in the grape. Other things we look for is the color of the grape. Seed ripeness. We want to look for those seeds to be a little bit crunchy. And when we squeeze the grape, what kind of color do we get out of the skins? The other thing we look for is the flavor. You can have sugary grapes, but not the right flavor. So you want to wait for the flavor to mature and get to that ultimate level that you would expect for a particular red wine. And it's quite remarkable because you can taste the grape, it doesn't have the flavor, and then all of a sudden, it's got the flavor. Time to pick. And then we actually crush them and we ferment that crushed material, also known as must. We mix it manually with a punch down tool. So the red grapes and the skins, the seeds, the pulp of the grape, and the juice all go into a big tank. We add yeast to that and let it ferment. And then all the color for the red wine comes from the actual skins of the grape. We're watching for that sugar level to get down to zero, where basically we've consumed all the sugars and they've all been converted into either alcohol or carbon dioxide at that point. And we'll take that wine and we'll put it into an oak barrel. We use a variety of oak barrels here. We use both American oak and French oak. Different wines do better in different oaks. You have to think of barrels like a spice rack. Each barrel adds a little something different to the soup, if you will. So instead of just a one-dimensional wine, you get a multi-dimensional red wine. Cabernet Franc is kind of our go-to red here in this part of Pennsylvania. It ripens well, it grows well, it handles our cold weather in the winter. We produce Merlot, Cabernet Sauvignon, Cabernet Franc, and we also do a blend of those three together called Melange. Cabernet Franc is I think is one of the go-to red wines here in Pennsylvania. What I typically pair it with is anything associated with a blue cheese and steak. Well, I want to thank you all for joining me for Wine Time. We really had a great time with you all here. Glad to get a chance to talk about red wine production. Red wine is one of my favorite wines, and it's an absolutely beautiful October day. How can you beat it? Come on out here to Weathered Vineyards. Visit us. We're just north of Hoglesville near Allentown, Pennsylvania. I'd sure love to have you come visit and show you our place.